Hello everyone, Shivam Moria this side. Today we are going to discuss the structure of an atom. As Dalton has already suggested that atoms are the indivisible particles that cannot be broken down into its constituent particles. But the discovery of two fundamental particles called proton and electron leads to the drawback of Dalton atomic theory. Today we are going to discuss the arrangement of these two fundamental particles in an atom. There are different theories regarding the arrangement of these fundamental particles in an atom. We will discuss these one by one. First, we are going to discuss J.J. Thomson theory. J.J. Thomson was a British physicist. He has proposed that the atoms are of spherical in shape, in which the protons are uniformly distributed in all over the sphere and the electrons are embedded in it. Let's understand it by taking an example of a watermelon. In watermelon, assume the red portion as a proton and the black seed of the watermelon as an electron. As in watermelon, the red portion is distributed in all over the watermelon. Just like red portion, the proton in an atom is uniformly distributed in all over the atom. And the black seed in watermelon is embedded in the red portion of the watermelon. Just like that, electron in an atom is embedded in the proton, or we can say that positively charged particle of an atom. It was the first postulate of J.J. Thomson. Now, we will discuss second postulate. The second postulate said that the total number of proton and the total number of electron in an atom is equal. Number of proton and number of electron is equal. And as number of proton and number of electron is equal, we can say that atom is neutral. Why? Because proton contain positive charge, electron contain negative charge, and as the number of protons and the number of electrons is equal, it means the magnitude of positive charge and the magnitude of negative charge is also equal. And hence the atom is neutral. This was the postulate by J.J. Thomson. Now, we are going to discuss the second theory, Rutherford model of theory, or we can say the Rutherford model. In Rutherford model, Rutherford did an experiment with a gold foil. He used a gold foil for his experiment. Why? Why only gold foil? Because the gold foil is highly malleable substance and it can be treated as thin as much as possible. That's why Rutherford took a gold foil. And with that gold foil, the Rutherford set up an experiment. In his experiment, he used an radioactive element, a gold foil, radioactive element, a gold foil, and a fluorescent tag that is of zinc sulfide behind the gold foil. In his experimental setup, Rutherford used radioactive element that radiate a alpha particle, and he used a gold foil and a fluorescent tag that is made up of zinc sulfide. Now, he conduct an experiment. He bombarded an alpha particle on gold foil. When he bombarded an alpha particle on gold foil, he observed so many phenomena. What was that phenomenon? He observed that the most of the alpha particle is passes through this gold foil. Most of the alpha particle is passes through these gold foil. And what he observed second? He observed that some of the alpha particle is scattered. Some of the alpha particle is scattered at some angle. And very rare particle, or we can say very rare rays bounce back. Very rare rays bounce back. After observing these observations, Rutherford concludes some point. He concludes that the most of the space in an atom is empty, and the protons, or we can say that the positive charge, are situated in a center of an atom, that we will call it as a nucleus.